Hello everyone, this is Tom Fox and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is an offering of the Compliance Podcast Network.
November 21, 2018. It's never good when your former CEO is excoriated by the editorial board of the Financial Times, but that happened today with former Nissan CEO Carlos Ghosn in an article entitled "Hubris is an ever-present risk for high-flying CEOs." For chief executives who move in such circles and never seem to touch down, it is important for them to stay grounded. It's an excellent reminder. Next up is Danske Bank whistleblower Howard Wilkinson, who in testimony to the Danish Parliament named Deutsche Bank as having been a correspondent of over $150 billion of money laundering, most of which went through the United States. He also named JPMorgan and Bank of America, or at least alleged that they were part of the team in clearing dollar transactions from Danske Bank's Estonia subsidiary. If these allegations turn out to be true, they could be very damaging and very costly for all of the banks involved. Next up, the FCPA Blog reports a individual is charged with FCPA violations in Venezuela. This does not appear to be related to PDVSA, however, as an indictment unsealed Monday charged a television network owner with violating the FCPA for paying money to, or rather bribing two Venezuelan national Treasury officials to help him evade currency controls and embezzle state funds. He was also charged with money laundering through U.S. banks and real estate deals for luxury property. There is no trial set as of yet. Our final matter today is the settlement of the FCPA enforcement action against Vantage Drilling. This was a case where the Department of Justice had issued a declination back in the summer of 2017, and then yesterday the Houston-based drilling company entered into an agreement with the Securities and Exchange Commission for failing to devise a system of internal accounting controls with regard to its transaction with a former outside director who was the largest shareholder in Vantage and its only its only supplier of drilling assets. Because of internal control failures, this outside director was provided with over $31 million in funds by which he bribed Petrobras officials to secure large contracts of over $1.8 billion for the company. Interestingly, the Securities and Exchange Commission cited the lack of a robust compliance program around the outside director and the company's failure to do due diligence on the outside director. This is not something we've typically seen before from the FCPA perspective, but it speaks to why a compliance officer must have complete visibility and oversight and also perform due diligence.
This is Tom Fox. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Daily Compliance News. And I hope you will check back every day as I go through some of the top stories. Once again, if this is a series that you enjoy or like or you find useful, I hope you will let me know as I consider whether I will move this forward into 2019. Please give me an email at tfox@tfoxlaw.com, or you can leave a comment on any of the sites where I list this podcast. Thanks again, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow for the Daily Compliance News.